Hello, and welcome to another video. Bye-bye. So this is what we're doing today. Oops. Bye-bye. This is what we're doing today. We're going to decorate the cap for cap and gown. This is my girl's accomplishment. It's an achievement for her. I'm really excited for her. I wasn't planning on doing this, honestly. But she had to leave behind her friends and things, so I want to do something special for her by decorating this. Now, this was last year's color, and then they switched the color this year to navy blue. I was really going to use this. So the thing just came yesterday. No, one piece just came yesterday. Another piece came the day before yesterday. The ceremony is tomorrow. So I got to do hair and decorate these things, and I really don't know what I'm going to do. Good thing I have this, so if I have to mess up anything, I can mess up anything here. But let me show you the supplies that I have. You know what? Let me put this one back here so it don't get messed up. Joann Fabric is closing down, so here's the Joann bag. I just stopped in there yesterday on my way back from an event just to pick up some things. Now this actually came from Amazon, and as you can see, I'm just opening it now. I'm just opening it to see. Oh, okay, it should be perfectly fine. It's just a little, you know, isn't that so cute? And just a little backstory without telling all my business, without telling all her business. Last year, she got accepted into the program at the school that she goes to. It's a charter school. They had a spot open at the end of the year. Now, I wasn't sure if we were going to send her. So the spot opened literally in perfect timing. It was the Lord's timing, how it all happened. So I said, let me go ahead and send my girl. Long story short, I didn't believe that she did enough of kindergarten. I think that she was really too young and that she needed to do it again. So this year she did it again, and like I said, she left her friends behind. So this is really a special moment for her, and I want to make it special for her, like a legit graduation. So I didn't do all this last year. With that being said, if you have a child and you're like, and the child is, you dancing, you're like, do I want to send them to kindergarten? I will tell you this, that kindergarten is not daycare. At least it should not be, even though people try to turn it into daycare. I think there's an appropriate age for kindergarten. And if I'm honest, from someone who has done this a few times, like with her own children, and I used to own the preschool, the older you let the children be when they experience kindergarten, the better it is for them. Otherwise, I find that they really just learn how to misbehave, and they just carry this trend of misbehaving with them throughout the different grades, okay? Because really, they're just too young and immature to understand how to learn, and that this is not daycare. So if you need daycare, just pay for daycare. And a lot of times, I find that people are using school for daycare instead of school for learning. Okay, so before you be like, why you made her do kindergarten again, just know that I didn't think it was daycare. I think that it's serious, okay? And now, the age that she is now is much better, because she was the baby of the class. And you might be this one, or you might be the baby. You might have been the baby of the class, or your child might be the baby of the class. And it usually happens if your birthday is like right on that cusp of cutoff, right? So when everyone else, let's say preschool age, everyone else was probably already 4. She was 3 turning 4 type of thing, right? So it's too young to be in school, girl, if you ask me. So anyway, here's the paper. And I just asked my husband to take a picture of it. And I really like this color, and this matches very well. However, I don't know what we're gonna do, so I don't know if we're gonna end up using this. I thought this was pretty, so I got these as well. But this color scheme right here is looking like it matches a bit better. The little sash thing did come with this, but they're gonna give one, so I don't need to worry about that. I bought some of this little glittery felt, and then I also got plain pink felt and embellishment box that I thought, instead of like relying so heavily on the Cricut, even though I have one back there, or just printing out stuff, that these little kind of, you know, they're like cardboard pieces would do well. I don't know what's inside of there, so there's that. And then lastly, I bought this puff paint. Everything was literally like 80% off. I think I spent like $11 for all of this stuff, including this, which was normally like $20. Everything was marked down because, like I said, the store goes out of business in like 10 days. So perfect timing. So let me sort out all this stuff. Let me get my laptop, because I believe we're gonna start this design on PicMonkey. Okay, so first things first, I'm just gonna try this out. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm gonna measure this so that I can put in the right measurements here on PicMonkey. And I'm no measurer. Okay, let's use this at? Alrighty, so now that I got the measurements for that, let's just go ahead and here and click on this. I have the upgraded, like the pro membership, so I can choose any size. And I imagine that, what's the place? Canva. This is like Canva, I guess. I've never used Canva because I've always used this, and it's very old, okay? Like this platform is like, I don't know, I used it in high school, so I don't know if this is resize. Can I resize it again? Let's go here. Okay, let's test this out and then kind of make a little dot in the middle, just so I can test out. Okay, so I'm gonna print this out and then see where this is in correlation to like how it fits on there, and then we can begin designing. Okay, so here is the paper, and for the most part, it actually fits very well, but I wanna get kind of a closer look at how well it does fit, so I just wanna kind of make a hole here. Now I don't have the, what you call like the little protractor where I can cut this out. So I'm gonna have to see how that's gonna work. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, so definitely a little room for cutting there. Okay, so I guess I could just make sure that I'm not designing too far this way or this way. How do I make sure that this is, okay. I think this is gonna work. So let's try to get a design on paper, because I can see like, you see there's just a little extra space there. So I just wanna make sure that I keep the design kind of like the words just here or here and not so much here, so that they don't get cut off in printing. So let's check that out and see how this goes. Okay, let's see. So this is the quote that I chose. She laughs without fear of the future, because it's true and it needs to remain true, right? So let's try to cut this one out. You can't control the future anyway, huh? You might as well laugh, knowing that the Lord is going to take care of you. He's going to supply all your needs, and I love that for her. So let's cut this one out. So it looks like, before I go changing anything. Okay, so it looks like I need to go ahead and move the laughs down just a little bit, because as you can see, it's hanging over just a tad there. So I think we got it though. So then I'll move this. Let's see. I'm just gonna look at this and then kind of make the adjustments based on what I see here. let's see the corrected one. Looks a little different, right? Just a little bit. I feel like I should make that Kinder bold, the font bolder for the Kinder, but we can change that. I just need to really get the sizing down. Okay, I think we got it. Let's see. Yes, everything is on. Even if I want to turn it this way, which is probably better, everything fits, so that's perfect. So let's now, since I got that like it is, and what I'll actually do while I'm doing this is I will leave this like how I have it on, maybe I'll try to make a PDF or something for you so that you can see the sizing just in case you want to do this, or I'll see, girl. I'll see what I can do, okay? So now I need to make this paper the size of this paper so that they can fit into my printer, okay? And I'm going to do that using the little cutting tool. Of course, I'm not going to do it directly on here first because this is the only paper that I have. I probably should test it out on here. We'll see. Now, as you can see, I was trying to be fancy here and use this cutter, but honestly, I just ended up using like the regular scissors. And even if it was a little off, as long as it wasn't too large to fit in the printer, it worked out just fine. The cutter really, I don't know, maybe I just don't know how to use it. Maybe it's just a cheapy one. It doesn't really hold things in place, and it was still the wrong size after I used the cutter. So like I said, I just used scissors, which you can do that as well. I was just kind of standing there at the printer like, oh my God, I hope that this turns out the right way. As you can see, I cut the wrong side. I cut the side with the border, so it was already off to a bad start. But when it printed out, I saw that I did it. Okay, so it worked out. Girl, I did not even see. Now, why wouldn't I cut it from the other side? Tried to get me, because guess what? It would not have been enough paper. I would have literally had to go and get some more paper. It wouldn't have been enough. So it fits here. And let's see what it looks like once we put it on. I don't know. I would say which one you think, but it's gonna be already done before you can tell me. So I like this, but for the sash, I think this one looks better. And then this is already like fully designed with all the flowers and stuff. So let me just use this one and take my time. Is that the back side? Perfect. Okay, now I can start decorating the words, I guess. Yes. All right, here it goes. So I bought this puffy paint, which I think this is what I want to outline it in. Yes, I think I'm going to outline it in this. I mean, it's really the only puffy paint that I have. I could also like trace it with glue and just outline it in glitter. That's a thing too. I guess let's see how it looks. Hold on. Or at least how it works. Ooh, okay. Okay. I actually don't like that, so I'm glad I tested that out there. It's maybe it's for like shirts, right? Oops. Oh, it says dimensional fabric and craft paint. So I'm pretty sure I could use more steady hand and get that a bit finer, like the tip a bit finer. I actually have like a, ooh, that'd be a good idea too. I have like a little rhinestone needle that I could trace that in there, but I think I'm going for a different look. So maybe I'm gonna trace this and then put some glitter on it. Let me see if I can find some. Again, we're gonna test it out using this. I wonder the last time you used school glue like this. There it go. Open? Oh, there it goes. I just don't like the way it's not thin. But maybe I'm trying to do too much right there. Maybe I can just go like this. No, I don't like that. I kind of want it to pop out though. I could cut out the letters with the Cricut and then put them on the hat. That's an option. Let's see. And maybe I don't need to do that. Let's see. Girl, now you know you can't leave that strip on there like that. Kendall, sit down. Kendall. All right, so you're gonna see here, I'm going to freehand this. Now, I'm not any like world-class, cutter or anything like that. I actually did go back to use a little like cutting tool. I'm gonna tell you, it still wasn't straight, but you'll see at the end, after the design is all put together, it really doesn't matter. And I knew this when cutting this. I'm just not a crafter that like, I don't have to have straight lines and, I'm just going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of flowing with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like all those numbers and those constrictions, I'm not building no house. Okay. I don't need all these numbers and things. So I wanted to let you know that yes, I know they're all not the same size, but you'll see it doesn't matter in the end. Alrighty. So I think it's time that am I sure about this? I think it's time that we take it off of this one, off the little mock one. And put it on the actual, well, baby, I hope they're the same size. Yes, they are. Then put it on the actual one so that we can start making some finalizations. So here it is. I have the hot glue gun warming up. I don't want the edges to look so blunt, so I'm gonna figure out a way to cover those up. But so far, I'm liking it. Now, having used washi tape for different crafts in the past, I would never put anything on anything with the plan for it to stick. without putting some hot glue, especially like tape and fabric, especially washi tape, girl. It's just really finicky. So I'm just kind of mapping it out by putting it here. I'm going to go back and do some cutting throughout, but I'm actually going to secure this down with a little bit of hot glue gun. Now, I didn't use too much so where it was sloppy, but she's also a young child and girl, I don't want nothing falling off, okay? Also went ahead to place the little embellishments in places where it would add more security, like for the paper overall. As you can see, I didn't put too much glue under the paper, but adding this there kind of like holds it all together, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to let you know that as you see me placing them down. At first, I just kind of placed them in a place that I thought they would look cute. And then as you can see, I messed it up. So then I just end up freestyling it. This is a coffee straw that you see me using to clean up the glue here, and let me let you know it works perfectly fine. I contemplated scooping that off because I would have liked the string to look different. However, I think I was pushing it with the starting and stopping. So I just went ahead and went over that with some hot glue just because I wanted the glue to really be stuck there. I mean, I really want the glitter to be stuck there once I laid it down. I don't want anything dripping, dropping, none of that. So I went ahead with the black just because I think I have enough like silver in here and the black match with the letters. So that was my idea behind that. Also, the glitter, I don't know if you can tell from this clip, the silver glitter is just a different texture. It's more like confetti glitter. This was a last minute thought here, and that was just to go through it and just put little dots. And I actually really like the way it turned out. All right, so I know the thing looks done right now. Oh, is it today, May 20th? Oh, girl, they got scheduled maintenance. That's tonight, though. But I think I want to add one more touch. Replace. I think I want to add one more touch, and that's her name or her nickname. I need to check the hat to see exactly where I can place this. Okay, so it probably won't work in that like in that way. Oh no, 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 no. So I tried the regular grip mat and this thing was sliding all over the place, as you can see. So I'm going to use this fabric grip mat, which, as you can also see, I've never used. I ordered this from Amazon like a long time ago, and I've just never used it. It came in a pack. So let's hope that this one works out better, because I only have one sheet of this. Okay, I am adding a finishing touch on, and it's just her little nickname, but this has given me the blues. I think this is like the 5th time I've tried to cut out this. At first I tried to use the glitter foam and it wasn't cutting through, and I could probably see why not. Now I'm trying to use this paper, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is the kind, it is the Cricut paper, but it is very flimsy and hard to deal with, especially if the letters are this small. So I don't know if you can tell, but all of these like were actually able to be weeded out, except the back is on one of those. And I've had to do this for 3 letters so far. So it's taken me a little bit, but this is, needless to say, the last part. Look how, I mean, yeah, okay, so I got it off. And this is the last piece. I also, you know, I added the paint pieces on there, and so I couldn't even put my hand down on it, but here it is. I'm really proud about how it came out. I think that she's absolutely gonna love it. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna have this sitting in the fan all day long, just because it's like, if you touch it, it's wet at this point. As a matter of fact, I messed one up right there, so I need to fix it, because I didn't realize it was gonna wet. I read the back of this and it said that it takes 72 hours to completely dry, but hopefully with it being in front of the fan all day, that it'll dry or cure, whatever it does, quicker. I did try to use this, which is like a heat blower, but if I need to use it in the morning, I'll use it. You probably could use a blow dryer. I'm gonna look up some things online to see how I can make this dry faster. And then after all that's dry, then I can put the tassel on and see how I need to touch this up. But here it is. Tell me what you think down below. Like I said, it'll be later on, so it's already done, so there's nothing that will be changed, but I am excited about it. And while I was making this, I have to do hair today. And usually I do her hair video separately. I think I'm gonna add it. I'll link it. I'm still gonna do her hair video separately, but I'll link it to this video because it's kind of all part of her little, you know, me getting her together. And you know, the thing about making stuff like this is to put those personal touches on it, you have to do it. Only you know what's special to your child and you. No one else can make this for me. Like, I know people probably like outsource it sometimes. Maybe you're not like a crafty person and you choose to outsource it, but I challenge you, if you will, to try it yourself.